Let's do some headstand leg waves. For these, you obviously want to be comfortable doing a headstand, particularly a headstand straddle, so with the legs open. If your headstand straddles are a little bit shaky, you can try these at home with a wall. If you have a pole, you can also use a pole, but a wall has more surface area. You might feel a bit safer doing this with a wall. Imagine this is the wall. You're going to practice doing your headstand, keeping a small gap between your back and the wall. Okay, so instead of placing my head right next to the pole or the wall, I'm gonna move back a little bit and place my head maybe somewhere here, just showing you so you can see there's a bit of a distance, and I can go into my straddle headstand from here. So I'm doing a freestanding headstand, but I still feel safe just in case I roll over. There's going to be the pole or the wall behind me, and I'm not going to come crashing down that way. For these headstand leg waves, I prefer to have my hands on the ground, gripping the ground, rather than cupping my hands together like this. You could also do it this way. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just I find hands on the ground a little bit easier to maneuver and to control. I'm able to grip the ground that way. You can experiment and see which way you prefer. Also remember when you're doing your headstand to imagine a triangle on the ground. Your hands are going to go at the bottom 2 points of the triangle, and the crown of your head, so the middle part over here, is going to go at the point of the triangle. So you don't want your head in between your hands. Your head is going to be further away, further forward like this. So you can see my hands, the distance between my hands and my head. I'm not like this. Like this, it's very easy to topple over. Like this, you leave some weight in the hands as you do your headstand. And don't forget to do a full body warm-up before you try these. And also make sure you do some hip mobility exercises and stretches. The more open your hips are, the more fluid your leg waves are going to look. I always like to do some leg lifts like this. I'll do 8 to 10 on each leg, just to warm up my quads as well, strengthen my legs for my headstand straddles. I'll also do some leg lifts in more of a V position. Again, I do 8 to 10. And then a wider pancake straddle, I rock my hips back and forth, making sure my legs are straight, and I'm squeezing my quads, pointing my toes. And I can go side to side here. I also like taking my arms out, relaxing the shoulders, pushing my legs into the ground, and going slowly down with a straight back, and then back up. And I might do that 8 to 10 times. So I'm going to go into my headstand straddle, again, keeping a small space between my back and the pole. Also, if you see my right hand slightly lifted off, that's just because I hurt my wrist. Ignore that. You're going to want both hands flat on the ground. I hurt my wrist, so I can't place it flat on the ground right now, but you're going to. So in my headstand straddle, I'm going to work on straightening my legs as much as possible and pointing my toes. I want to straighten my legs as much as possible. From this position, we're going to start off by doing what I call tilts. So keeping the legs straight, imagine your legs are made out of rock. They can't bend. You're just going to slowly start moving one foot closer to the ground until it can't go any closer, and then doing the same thing going in the opposite direction. So all I'm doing is getting my foot as close to the ground as possible, crunching to one side and then crunching to the other side. Maybe you can touch the ground. It's a little bit harder on that side. And you get really good at just tilting, shifting your weight from one side to the other. While you're practicing these at home, go really slow. You don't need to go as fast as I am. I'm just going quickly for the sake of this video. But when you're working on these, it actually helps to go much slower. Pause and then repeat on the other side. Once you're able to do that, we're going to add a little micro bend. So go back into your headstand straddle, however you like to get into it. Straighten the legs. Now, I'm going to add a micro bend of my right knee, just like so. Imagine someone is pulling your right knee towards the ground. Imagine there's a string attached to your knee, and someone is yanking that string slowly towards the ground. Once you can't go lower, you're going to straighten that leg. and repeat the same process on the other side. So this time I'm going to bend my left knee. Imagine there's a string attached to the knee and someone is pulling the string down towards the ground. I start tilting to the other side. When I can't go anymore, I straighten that leg and then repeat on the other side. So now I'm going to bend my right knee, tilt, 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 tilt. When I can't go anymore, I straighten that leg and switch to the left knee. Tilt, 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 straighten. And basically, you're doing a leg wave. The only difference in the beginning is it might feel more mechanical and kind of like jerky. That's okay. But once you know the process, you smooth it out and it becomes a leg wave. Also remember, for the leg waves, you don't want to bend your knee too much. It looks much nicer when you have a very slight bend of the knee. And again, the movement is coming mostly from the hips, not the knee. Let's try that one more time. So I'm gonna go into my headstand straddle. All right, so I'm going to bend my right knee just a little bit. So don't do this, just a little bend is fine. I start tilting to the right. When I can't go anymore, I straighten that leg and I instantly switch. So as soon as I straighten my right leg, my left knee is going to bend. And I start going to the other side. Then I straighten my left knee, bend my right. If this gets confusing, go back to straight legs and just work on tilting with straight legs. Go back a step. Okay, once you know how to do that, bend the knee and go slow. Straighten, bend the other knee. Go to the side, straighten, bend the other knee. It's okay if it doesn't look smooth in the beginning. It won't. That's fine. First, you need to learn the steps and the process, and then you can smooth out the edges and make it look cool. And once this is okay, smooth it out. I hope you found these tips helpful, but if you want some extra guidance or you just have a question, feel free to drop me a message. You can even send me your training video so I can see what you're up to. I'd be happy to help out that way. In the meantime, happy training and I'll see you next time.